Hi, I'm Tom LaFine. Today I'm going out into the public asking people their opinion on mental health. What does mental health mean to you when you think of mental health?
People who struggle with everything. Don't know much about mental health disorders. I know, I've heard stories. I only know things like the simple things that my friend's dad has recently got in hospital, and he's losing himself, and I don't really actually know what he's got, but he's got so many mental health problems. He's forgetting who everybody is. I know that it's quite upsetting. I know that something needs to be done about it. And I know there's different types. There's so many different types of mental illness.
I'd say that it's a psychological deficiency that's not the person's fault, and people should be more tolerant of it, because it's something that's very close to home to me, which I've experienced firsthand, and feel like that people with mental health issues get ridiculed and they're not depicted very fairly in society, be that in the media, the news industry, as well as general perceptions of mental health as unfair and unjust.
I suppose my interpretation of mental health is somebody that has doesn't have the ability that the normal people have, and that's not being derogatory. It's people that have problems with everyday life that the rest of us manage to cope with.
Yeah.
I do know people that have bipolar disorder, and I know how they struggle and how they cope.
Yeah.
So,
how healthy your mind is, if you're thinking straight, if you're sober, if you haven't taken too many drugs that have influenced your decisions in life.
Yeah. So nothing like physical or debilitating, or
Mentally,
more mental. Yeah.
Mental health,
Yeah.
I think that has to do with the well-being, like the mental health well-being of the person,
Yeah.
health-wise. The sanity also, I think it has to do with the sanity of the person.
Health conditions in regards to stress, insomnia.
So do you think awareness needs to be raised about mental health?
Of course, definitely.
To say about the same level as like cancer and stuff like that?
Of course, definitely. It's just as bad. There's so many people who try and make a joke out of people who maybe are losing themselves in their mind, and all that. And it's not a laughing matter, is it? It's something that is really, really serious. Especially seeing my friend go through it, I know firsthand what it's like and how upsetting it can be to families and stuff. So
yeah, it's a tough world we live in, though, isn't it? So the more awareness, the better. But everyone's got their own problems and issues, and it's just tough to get the word out to everyone and have everyone on board, because
if you're not affected by it, then
exactly. So kind of you worry about yourself, and your close friends and family, and if you're not affected by it, then it doesn't bother you. But like I said, a lot of people are affected by it, and whether it's in the family or a friend, it's never good.
Yeah, I think so. I think there hasn't been enough of awareness, because I just know about the name Parkinson's, but I've never really had any reason to hear more about it. I haven't read about it, but I just know that it exists. So yeah, I think there should be more awareness on mental health.
Do you know what Parkinson's disease is?
Thing is, I know of it. I don't know too much about it, if I'm completely honest.
So if I asked you what Parkinson's disease is, would you be able to say anything specifically about it?
No.
I think Parkinson's, you kind of your brain deteriorates, and you have uncontrollable movements, and just kind of your body shuts down slowly, and you wear away quicker than you want to.
Yeah, it's the disease isn't it a muscular disease which causes your brain to restrict movements, and you end up shaking and you can't grasp. It's degenerative.
Yeah. I know a little bit about it.
What do you know about it?
It's to do with, I think it's a breakdown of all the nerves in the brain.
Oh yeah, I've heard of it, but I don't know much about it. I have heard about it.
well, it's a degeneration of the nervous system.
Yeah. Would you say that the younger generation kind of have an ignorant attitude towards mental health? If it's kind of like, if I'm not affected by it and I don't know anyone, it doesn't matter.
I don't think I'd blame the younger generation. I'd blame the older generation for not making a big deal about it. I think now the government's realised that mental health is a big issue, and I think they're going to be looking into putting in more funding.
Yeah.
According to the BBC.
According
And
to the BBC.
no, yeah, you could be ignorant, but it's the same with many things. Like if you don't know it and it hasn't affected you, you'd be ignorant not to know it.
Depends on what age group you talk to. A lot of younger people don't know a lot of things these days. I don't know who you've spoken to, but you tend to find the younger generation don't seem to be aware of what's going on around them and what's happening as regards those sort of things. They're too focused on their own lives these days, and they tend to be more insular than the older generation were, and tend to keep themselves to what they feel involved in and nothing else. I think that's half the problem.
So basically, towards mental health, a lot of people seem to have the attitude of, if it doesn't affect me, or I don't know
That's
anyone
it.
that
Oh, yeah.
it affects, then why
Yeah.
should I
Yeah.
bother with it?
Yeah.
So, would you say that's a fair
Yes,
statement?
I think it's a very apt statement. Yeah.